So, good morning. I am Jeremy Sabico, and our topic is invasive species in the Philippines. So, ang Pilipinas po ay binubuo ng 7,107 islands with a total land are 30 million. At ang populasyon po ay mahigit 80 million. Ang ecosystem naman ay inilalarawan sa pamamagitan ng isang mataas na antas ng biological diversity. Bagaman population pressure, poverty, at mga pangailangan sa kaligtasan ay nagre-resulta ng mabilis na pagkasira ng kapaligiran. So in the recent years, ang pagtaas ng pangdaigdigang kalakalan, paglalakbay at transportasyon ay mabilis na nagpapataas ng rate ng pagpapakilala at pagkakaiba ng mga dayuhang species. So what is invasive species? Invasive species can be any kind of living organism like amphibian, plants, insects, and etc. And this is an example of invasive species.
Good morning, ma'am. Let's talk about identify the types of globalization. So, meron po kami napiling dalawang types ng globalization. Una po ay environmental globalization and economics globalization. So, sa environmental globalization, ang invasive species are capable of causing extinction of native plants and animals. So, ang invasive species, isa din sa mga dahilan kung bakit nare-reduce yung biodiversity. At nagkakaroon din ng competing with native organism, and isa din sa mga dahilan kaya nagkakaroon ng limited resources. And the next is economics globalization. So, ang invasive species has focused on people understanding of invasion risk and potential impact and how they respond to the risk. Ang invasive species ay meron tayong trades and regulation policies. So, dahil dito sa policies na ito ay nababawasan yung movement ng invasive species.
The next is the suit. So yung strength po ng invasive species take over an entire area and eliminate biodiversity. So kaya din po nilang lumaki ng wala sa control. They can manipulate, no, kaya nilang bilugin yung ulo ng ibang mga species na nakapalibot sa kanila. And they can spread easily in short period of time. And yung weaknesses po nila ay they have no natural predators, no? Wala silang natural na pangdagat.
So, ito po yung threats. Invasive species chase out our native species. And native species including preying on native species. And next, preventing native species from reducing or killing native species young. And the next is may provide little to food value for wildlife. So, ang threats po dito sa invasive species are capable of causing extinction of native plants and animals, reducing biodiversity, so competing with native organism for limited resources and alternative habitat. Next, opportunities. So, the result is a monoculture. So, ibig sabihin po sa opportunities ng invasive species o isa din po ito sa mga growing used by agribusiness or of soil, bacteria, and fungi para po to increase our crop production.
The next is the key problems. So invasive species cause harm to wildlife in many ways, and invasive species are bullies in nature. And the main problem is the human health and the economies are also at risk from invasive species. Dahil minsan hindi natin namamalayan merong dumidikit sa ating katawan na hindi natin namamalayan, at ito po yung nagko-cause na ng risk, no, sa bawat isa sa atin. So this is the possible solutions. Number one, create effective mechanisms. No? Yung advantage po nito is to prevent their introduction in the first place and detecting new infestation. No? So mas mapapabilis po yung pag-detect nito sa mga invasive species. So yung disadvantage naman po is not at all invasive species can be detected. Hindi lahat po ng invasive species ay madedetect. And also yung hindi po invasive species ay madedetect din. So don't know if it's effective and how long it works. Chemical control ay number 2 po yan. Ang advantage po niyan ay effective and easy to use. No? And disadvantage po ay it can be dangerous to other species and also to the ecosystem in general. So pasensya na po, malakas po yung ulan.
At yung pangatlo is protect by law. So ang protect by law, ito yung magiging way para ma-maintain yung mga invasive species, dahil ang invasive species ay isa sa mga malaking papel sa ating biodiversity. So kung hindi natin sila pangalagaan, ay magiging imbalance yung biodiversity. At yung advantage ng protect by law ay resisting the importation of potentially damaging plants and animal species. And disadvantage, the ecosystem and the biodiversity will become unbalanced.
And lastly, this is our best ACA recommendation at mga hindi dapat natin baliwalain. So ang programa and mga programs and mga policies na nakakapag-prevent at control ng ating mga invasive species ay dapat na baliktarin, no? So yung ating invasive species ay ang pagsasalakay ng ating invasive species ay dapat na mapabuti. So to have a common understanding of what it is all about, to establish a unified framework through which transitions are well integrated, and to consider the issue employing all available historically proven useful methodologies while keeping options open to new creative approaches, and to have concerted effort in solving current problems at the same time ensuring preventive measures are quickly and properly put in place. And last, to effectively communicate findings and lessons learned through publications, data basing, conference, and workshop. So that's all.